Before the French Revolution, France was suffering from a deep crisis rooted in its political, social, and economic systems. The absolute monarchy, widespread corruption among the nobility, extreme social inequality, coupled with a severe economic crisis, and heavy taxes imposed on the people, all fueled popular discontent and increased tensions. The spread of Enlightenment ideas, advocating for liberty and equality, further raised public awareness of their rights, putting more pressure on the old regime and ultimately leading to the revolution. The Estates General, France's legislative body, played a crucial role in exacerbating the crisis. Divided into three estates: the first estate, nobility; the second estate, clergy; and the third estate, commoners. The first two enjoyed significant privileges, including tax exemptions, while the third estate bore the burden of taxation and lacked adequate representation. The Estates General failed to find solutions to the economic crisis, further increasing public discontent. The Catholic Church also played a significant role in France's political and social life. Owning vast lands and being exempt from taxes, it contributed to the widening gap between the rich and the poor. Moreover, the Church supported the absolute monarchy, increasing public anger and resentment. Criticisms of the Church by its clergy and the exposure of its corruption undermined its authority and reduced its influence. Marie Antoinette, the Austrian princess, became Queen of France at a young age by marrying Louis XVI. She was known for her lavish lifestyle and extravagant spending on clothes, jewelry, parties, and the Palace of Versailles. While the French people suffered from hunger and poverty, the Queen indulged in luxury, which increased the people's hatred towards her. The most famous phrase associated with Marie Antoinette is, "If they have no bread, let them eat cake." This phrase, which clearly reflects the significant disconnect between the Queen and the people, became a symbol of noble indifference to the suffering of the poor. Although the authenticity of this attribution to Marie Antoinette is highly questionable, it has stuck with her name and become part of her stereotypical image as a symbol of luxury and irresponsibility amidst a massive popular revolution. It is worth noting that the phrase became famous after the revolution as "let them eat brioche," which is a type of expensive bread. The phrases linking the poor to cake have appeared for centuries across Europe, with similar stories emerging in Spain, England, and Russia. In the 16th century, a popular tale spread in German regions about a noblewoman who questioned why the poor peasants were hungry, using the phrase, "Why don't the poor eat croissants?" a type of sweet bread similar to French brioche. Regarding the association of these phrases with Marie Antoinette, historians doubt their authenticity, considering that they may have been used to tarnish the Queen's reputation and increase popular hatred and anger towards her during the French Revolution. The French writer Jean-Baptiste Alphonse was one of the most prominent to deny this story. In a newspaper article in 1843, he wrote about finding the phrase "let them eat brioche" in a book dating back to 1760, when Marie Antoinette was only 5 years old. For the French, the writer and philosopher Jean-Jacques Rousseau was the first to present this phrase in his famous book, Confessions of Jean-Jacques Rousseau, which was an autobiography. Rousseau completed writing this autobiography around 1767 and published it in 1782. During the period of writing this autobiography, Marie Antoinette was not yet 12 years old and was still in Vienna. On the other hand, Rousseau attributed this phrase to a great queen without specifying her name. In the following centuries, historians differed on the identity of this queen, with some pointing to the Spanish princess Maria Theresa, wife of King Louis XIV of France and Queen of France between 1660 and 1683. Thus, the phrase returned to a French queen, as if we started from one point and returned to it. The saying, "let them eat cake," was more than just a phrase, it was a spark that ignited the French Revolution. The revolutionary class exploited this quote, falsely attributed to Marie Antoinette, to tarnish her image in the eyes of the people. And it wasn't just this class that used this quote as a weapon, but also the Catholic Church, which had turned against the monarchy, taking advantage of the opportunity to undermine the authority of the papacy. The Church had long suffered under the king's control of its religious affairs, and saw the revolution as an opportunity to rid itself of this domination. So it began spreading propaganda against the king and queen, using its religious pulpits to disseminate lies and rumors, including this famous quote. This propaganda contributed to the intensification of the conflict between the church and the monarchy, and pushed many believers to join the ranks of the revolutionaries. Ultimately, all these factors led to the death sentence of Marie Antoinette. The Place de la Révolution in Paris witnessed a horrific scene where the queen was executed amid the cheers of angry crowds. The church took advantage of this historical moment to strengthen its influence, portraying itself as the true victim of the monarchy and claiming to stand with the people in their struggle for freedom.